So we feel that music matters in your Uber. And Larry recently posted a blog on our website, www.fatguysmedia.com, underneath the blog section, and you can find it. But it is, Larry, tell us a little bit about your article.
Basically, I put together a little 12-pack of deliciousness for people to, download it on Spotify, download it to your phone, do whatever. But it's just something good to have in the background, because without giving away the article, I think people definitely just go read it. There's so many niche kind of musics out there. Like country isn't for everybody. Rock is pretty good for everybody, but rap isn't. And I'm not talking about like death metal or heavy metal. Like, we're talking about, some good 70s classic rock, like the Eagles, the Beatles, some of your bands that are pretty famous because they have a lot of songs that people recognize. And so, it's just good to kind of have playing low in the background. But it definitely has an impact on your ratings, in my opinion. You get in there, and you've got rap going, and it's F this, F that, bad word here, there's a lot of people that don't want to hear that, and then they don't want to hear, hillbilly twang.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of have something in the middle to kind of bridge the gap. And I think classic rock is the best. But check out that article.
I think, for me, I mean, I used to kind of like we talked about earlier, I used to try to kind of play it by who was getting in my car. But I mean, most of the time I would keep something I just keep something like 96.5 here in town on because it's kind of a mixture of a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. But I think it just depends on what time of the evening it is too. I mean, if you get these young people coming out of the bars late at night and they've been in, I mean, they're just rowdy and stuff. I mean, typically they'll ask, do you have this or do you have that? And I just kind of say, whatever. And I mean, most of the time I put
just offer those people the aux cord.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. But there's some times where I've put on, they're like, hey, what do you like to listen to? And I'm like, oh, I like to listen to Ludacris or I like to listen to this. And I go, oh, yeah, that's great. Put it on. And then they're singing the whole time.
Right.
But I do judge. I would never play anything that would be inflammatory to somebody who gets in my car.
Right.
But I think for me, my biggest thing, since I mainly drive the night times on the weekends, it's just here. Who's in charge of the aux cord? Take the aux cord. You play whatever you want. Just know I control the volume, and I let it get pretty loud, but I don't let them because sometimes they'll reach over and I'm like, luckily, thank God I have hand control steering things, so they'll like crank it and I'll just keep flattening that thing back down, and they'll just kind of leave it alone.
Yeah. No, like my buddy said, he goes, music matters in a bar. He goes, it matters while you shop. He goes, it matters for a lot of things that you do. Why wouldn't it matter for rideshare?
No.
He also said, strangely enough, a lot of his drivers don't even have music playing. How awkward is that ride? Even if you're not trying to be DJ, whatever, give them something easy to listen to that they might be able to recognize and sing along with. And I can't really remember a time that somebody sang along in my car and got out and gave me a bad rating. I don't know, if you can get them to sing a little, you've almost guaranteed yourself a 5-star.
Yeah.
That's in my opinion.
No. People, if they come away, if you got them emotional enough to sing,
right,
you've touched something with them that's going to make them go, God, I want Larry again.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. I understand.
Only in the ride share I had to.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, no, so check that out, and if you don't have your own playlist, you're like, what is a good sample playlist? I put together a little 12-piece, you got a little Tom Petty, got a little bit of all of it there. So check it out.
12 piece and a biscuit.